Happy Thursday, my darlings. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Thursday to you. Happy Thursday to you. We got a cup of coffee. Yeah, we do. You know what I love about Juneteenth is that anyone who hates it is purely ray-ray, right? All it is persons of color celebrating the fact that we were freed and emancipated, and that gets under some people's skin that we enjoy our freedom every year. They're like, oh, why do you need to celebrate your Freedom Day? Because it was separate. It was separate from the other one. And yes, we will celebrate both. And no, we don't care if that makes you mad. Are you a snowflake? Okay, so I'm sure you heard Ms. Noem, her allergic reaction may or may not have been related to a trip to a BioHazard facility with Mr. I Eat Roadkill and Bathe in Sewage, that guy. So how much do you want to bet? He took her in there and was like, look, germs aren't real. Go walk in that chamber over there. Oh my God, okay, I'm sorry. Like, I swear that's what happened. And she went in there, he's like, breathe deep. And 2 days later, she's like, I'm having a reaction of some kind. I was listening to the guy with the half-eaten brain for some reason. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. Update on the gentleman who was grabbed by the Gestapo for defending his friend. He finally turned up a couple days later in a federal facility. Again, he was asking for the warrant. He was asking for proof. He is a U.S. citizen, and he was off the grid for a couple of days. So I'm reminding you now that the forces are working with bounty hunters, and they're the ones that are now running around with rifles. They're the ones with the bought stuff but don't have actual badges, and they're doing everything they can. They're putting the lights on the cars. They're buying all the gear. They're running around with rifles. They're using force, and they are working alongside the authorities, but they're also doing the lazy shit. They're waiting outside of schools. They're waiting outside of immigration courts. They're just waiting for easy catches everywhere, and they need rifles for it, okay? These are people that are doing it the right way. These are people that are at work. A lot of, they're taking citizens, it doesn't matter. So again, I'm glad to see communities stepping up. I'm glad to see restaurants closing doors, schools not letting these people in, neighbors trying to block these folks, okay? They get froggy, we get froggy. All right, enough of this secret police-ish. This is 2025 America. Let's go. I don't know if you saw another SpaceX Starship exploded that another several billion of our dollars. And again, none of that is for us. Okay. That is that man using taxpayer dollars to fund his way to Mars. That's it. It's not for us. He doesn't want us going. Who do you think is going to Mars? All right, so we're paying for that. Just making that clear. All the things that we're paying for, okay? For the folks who keep asking me about the LAPD, yes, good question. For the folks who are like, how come the mayor or Gavin Newsom doesn't tell them to stand down? Yeah, I have the same question. Why aren't you telling them to stand the you-know-what down? That is the force you have control over. So like I said, he's our favorite person to love and hate, because while he loves to stand up to stinky pants, they really could tell the PD to back the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And they're not, so... yeah, we'll see how that goes. I also wanted to correct the wording on Adrianna Smith in the podcast episode last night. I forgot her last name. I'm so sorry. Because I was reading articles, and like 80% of the articles say, oh, she gave birth to a 1-pound baby, and so they took her off She didn't give birth, okay? The body was doing the thing that they do, but when they're usually in the ground, okay? And these people left her hooked up for months Her family didn't want it, okay? They tortured her son. And because it's one of us, that's why they started with us. Because they don't care if they torment our children. They don't care if they use our bodies. And now I believe there's a birth defect or a disease of some kind. So the baby already is not looking good. All right. The hospital named him Chance. Okay. Like, it's just so ill and like so done. Get ready, honey. This is the future if y'all don't pick it up. Okay. But I'm proud of y'all. Y'all have been picking it up. Okay. I'm proud of y'all. Alabaster accomplices and everybody else. Okay. I love seeing more and more people saying out loud that criticizing Izzy, criticizing that same dude who's using the same excuse from 20 years ago. I think they have a big boom. We have to go after them too. Is not being anti-S-word. Okay. It's not a bad thing to criticize the sugar babies who are starting fights and then expecting us to come in and finish it. Also, quick reminder that the people The frozen water people and the Gestapo and the bounty hunters and all of them are starting to wear like construction outfits. They're putting on like the construction jackets. They're trying to look less obvious. They're wearing their plain clothes, or they're looking like they're coming from a work site. So just be aware of that as well. Okay, they're doing the hello fellow construction workers bullshit before they try to nab a whole bunch of people. And I just want to wrap this one up, darling, by saying we are not cool with the people who are spilling beans right now. I love talking about what Tucker Carlson is doing. However, that doesn't mean I like Tucker Carlson. All right. I'm just pointing out that the rats are fleeing the ship and the other half of them are doubling down. You got Ladybug Lindsey Graham going, yeah, we definitely should. Let's go get into this. And of course you would. You're not going. All these 80-year-olds that are like, yeah, let's do it, because they're not going to be sent. Okay? These decisions should be made by people that are within the age range to actually be sent over. All right. I'm tired of 100-year-olds in diapers with collection bags going, you know what? Yeah, let's just send an entire generation over there to finish someone else's fight. They had nothing to do with us, but we're just going to hop in. Why not? On top of everything else we're doing. All right. I'm just waiting for y'all to be done paying for this.